All right, so this is a computer I've been streaming with for a while. I just ended the stream because what I noticed is every time I hit the 24-hour mark, my streams start going backwards. But this thing puts out an incredible amount of heat. I had this soda up here and it was warm. I just left it sit up here like this. Wasn't up there for that long. There is on this computer. There are basically two fans. One here, well, and one in the power supply, and then this one here. And I like this computer, but I really feel like it runs a little bit warm compared to the other computers. And I'm curious to see what kind of power it's drawing. It has 2400 megahertz RAM, which is really slow DDR4. And I'm just kind of curious. I'm going to come in and over here and see what, make sure we're in the watt mode. Okay. And also, I had to hold the button down in order to turn off the computer. So we're pulling 73, 74, 96. And that's just to boot it up. So we're just waiting for this thing to start. It doesn't like to be shut down in the manner like where you force it off. It uses an NVMe hard drive. There is a regular hard drive in here, and I'm wondering if maybe it's kind of causing a boot loop. But let's see what we're drawing right now. Probably about 50 is what I'm going to guess it's going to average at. But if I go tell it to shut down, watch. It won't shut down. It will just reboot. If I push this, it will say it's shutting down, and it will just reboot. So either you turn it off in the back or you hold this thing down, which to me, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense. So I would say it's probably not the most efficient computer in the world that I have, but it's not the worst. So my other DDR4 machine is more like a server and can draw quite a bit. I've also got to figure out what to do with this server. I really don't like using this case for a few different reasons, but then again, I don't like the case down there. But that case down there was really nice and compact. This one is not so much. I just didn't like how that has only one fan, but I think also the fact that it's blocking a bunch of SATAs. I don't know. I think maybe we could make some changes and print like a block off plate for the drive, and then just put this drive in there. It doesn't even need one. I mean, like, honestly, do you need a DVD drive on a server? I mean, I haven't needed one, but I mean, it's cool that it's there. But they on purposely built that thing to where it was blocking, and it has only one fan. And this one has basically two, but they're very small. So I just look at these different things for power consumption and different things like that. I'm always kind of being conscious of that because I like to be able to, use as little power as possible to carry out what needs to be done. And then I can also run everything on backup power, and I know what to expect. So I don't know. I might pull this one and go back to my other preferred machine over here anyways. It has better cooling, and it draws less. And it's faster. So I like this one, but I just don't have a reason to care about it. And also, the NVMe drive is only important, I think, if you're going to be turning your computer on and off a lot and you want it to boot really fast. I don't notice any other performance gains other than like, wow, this thing boots really quick. So anyway, I'm going to probably switch this out. I'm probably going to switch this out, put that back in there. Or maybe I would even just put the server in a completely regular tower case where it can get the fans that it deserves, you know? I don't know. That's another thought, too. And I have another case. I have 2 other cases, and the server could fit in there really good. The problem with the server is I have all these low-profile extra cards that go in there, and they don't necessarily need to be in there, but they only fit that case. And I don't have the adapters to go to regular profile, and I don't know if they're like really cheap or easy to get, but a couple of them might be very specific to the card. So I was thinking about maybe using that case down there. But I'm like, well, this company made this server, and they knew what they were doing, I would think. Anyway, we've got another card somewhere where I actually bent the metal out so I could mount it in there. This is just another Ethernet card. I mean, this isn't really important, and neither is this one. Does give you a couple extra SATAs, though. But in this case here, I can't really put them in here. So basically, this one here has the fan back here. It has this fan, and then there's nothing here. I don't have any of these size fans. And that's the server board. And then up here in the front is the power supply. But this is kind of a big honking case. And it's a little bigger than I need. For a server that only has, like, how many slots? I can't see in there. 4. It doesn't have more than 4. Not like these, where these have, like, tons. So, you know, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I should just, like, take all the usable parts off of this case and just dump it in the trash. I mean, like, seriously, what am I really doing here? I can put this server back in the really small case. I can remove this fan, and I can probably cut a hole in the case and do something like that. I might even be able to put this plate in the other case. I want an extra fan in there because that RAID card gets really hot. But here's the thing, I'm not even using it. So our power supply has its own fan, and our Xenon processor has its own fan. And honestly, I think that the Xenon processor could live just fine with no other cooling other than the CPU fan. But I might be wrong. I'd rather have more cooling than not enough. So, but I'm going to make some changes and start pulling this crap apart. I want things to be a little more tidy.